Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lesiZulu bese sizala sokhuluma ngazo le ndaba esuke sifundile senzela labo phela abasuke bengenazo isikhathi ukuthi bayifunde incwadi nalabo futhi abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews, ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avuka mangabe lama shows sesiwabukile ku-TV. Guys, let me be ready ngoba yabona le ndaba esikhuluma ngayo namhlanje. I have my blankets here. Kuyabanda guys, kuyabanda PMP today, but again it's nice because it's Sunday. We're not going anywhere. Anyway, you guys, uma ngabe uqala ujoina namhlanje and you happen to like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese upressa i-notification bell eduze uka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Kanjalo futhi uma ufuna ukuba member ye-channel kuno-join button la ngezansi, noma ufuna ukubonga i-channel ngemali kuno-thanks button la, so you can see ukuthi ama-options athini in terms of how you thank the channel. So thank you so much to all of those people abantu sebejoinile as members, and also abantu that have thanked the channel ngemali. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it, guys. The reason ngenza le review because I was supposed to do it last night, but I just had to go back and watch my episodes adlule because I wanted to confirm honestly ukuthi is uSibusiso the dance partner. Because I looked at him and I was like, no man, we've seen this guy kule show before, you know, and I was like, okay, the only other guy that we have seen is the dance partner. So I had to go back and watch the previous episodes, and I couldn't even remember, was it episode 1, was it episode 2? So I'm looking through all the episodes that we've watched so far just to confirm that. But yes, uSibusiso is the dance partner Gogo Skhotheni. Anyway, those who haven't watched it all, don't worry, you guys, I'll explain ukuthi uSibusiso ubani. So uma ngabe qale i-episode, honestly you guys, without the issue yokuthi Gogo Skhotheni is wanting to take a second husband or has taken a second husband, uMonde benoTumi being uGogo Skhotheni, they really look like a happy couple. They look like they fit with each other. Umonde really, it feels to me like he really adores uLukhuzana uTumi. And you know, it's just a happy couple. You know, they're making each other breakfast, benzelane tiye, you know, as kakababoni even having a fight, except they're having that conflict of Gogo Skhotheni wanting to take a second husband, and Monde obviously doesn't understand that. I don't think that would be easy for any man. But if we take that issue out, they really just would be a happy couple, except Gogo Skhotheni akanelisekile uMonde. So okay, fine. Gogo Skhotheni today decides ukuthi this is the day where she introduces a potential husband number 2. Okay, ufika naye ke like endlini yabo. I'm assuming ukuthi le indlu yabo yena uGogo Skhotheni noMonde, ngoba vele they talk about each other as if they are married couple. They always say ukuthi bashadile. One of my viewers said ukuthi because uMonde ulobole idlozi and manje usebhizi ulobola uTumi, that might be the reason ngoba vele idlozi uselilobolile vele waqeda. That might be a reason why he qualifies ukuthi abizwe njengomyeni kaTumi, because I was saying ukuthi if vele akakaloboli, because it sounded like usalobola idlozi kuphela and they were still busy with indaba ukuthi kulotsholo yena uGogo Skhotheni. I didn't understand why they already calling him a husband, but again, anyway, it's not a big deal. So ufika naye uSibusiso uTumi. Okay, this is where I realized okay, no man, this guy we have seen before, which like I say, I've confirmed uSibusiso is the guy abedansa naye i-ballroom. Was it episode 2 or episode 3? She went to dance ballroom, and I just thought it was just a partner. And at that time, I guess they hadn't made a decision, but were they going to reveal this on the show now? Who was the second husband? Because when they are talking, Utumi, when they were dancing, after the dance, they had a talk, and Utumi was talking about an issue of, Monde is not happy with me wanting to take a second husband. They were talking as if the second husband is someone else. Though she was not saying to this guy, you know what, Monde is not happy that I'm going to take you as a second husband. So I'm assuming at that time they hadn't decided which they were going to reveal it now, which Usbu is the one that was going to be a second husband. So that's why for me I was like, could it be that guy? But then I thought, but they did talk about the issue, and he wasn't identified as the potential second husband at the time. It must not be him, but looks like it's him, because some of my viewers already had suspected it's him. Also, she did say in that episode that they met with this Busiso, who is Heded's partner in high school. So I think we should have connected the dots back then, because they met in high school. They've been dancing together for a long time, and she did say the second husband was somebody that she met in high school. It was a high school sweetheart. They broke up, now they're back together. So ufika naye endlini, guys. Honestly, idea kumlethe endlini angazi ukuthi noma mhlambe uGogo Skhotheni is where she's feeling secured and imithi yakhe ila eyifake khona, so she knew ukuthi uma ebaletha lana vele the conversation is gonna go her way, because ila eshutheke khona mhlambe ufakile imithi la ko sofa yabo everywhere. Mhlambe nezilwane zakhe zikhona lana, touching them and convincing them to say yes to this idea. I don't know, because I honestly would think that if you want to show any kind of respect to your husband, you would maybe suggest maybe a public place, a public place, but that is quiet, where you can have that private conversation. I really just didn't think she would actually bring the guy to her house, hers and her husband's house. And they sit there and they're talking. This guy apparently works as an MC and also as a DJ, I think. And Monde, I can't understand Monde, what does he do, but he talks about having gigs, and when he has gigs, sometimes he has passed on work to this guy, Usbusiso. So he knows Usbusiso has been in his life. I think that's that's the worst betrayal. For when somebody cheats with somebody that is just here in your life, and you're just the one that doesn't know. So ukhuluma ngaloko, when they sit down, obviously Monde knows the guy. I don't think that he knew, unless he was acting, of course. I don't think that he knew they were going to have that conversation, because obviously he doesn't think that is the guy. He knows the guy. He knows this guy through Utumi. But I do not think Utumi had told him, this is the Busiso that I used to date in high school. Because then Monde would have connected the dots. Okay, if it's the one in high school, then that means that this is the guy you're talking about when you're talking about taking him as a second husband. So Monde is sitting there having, the simple, just conversation when someone walks in the house, and then Utumi decides to tell him, okay, like which you haven't agreed on, second husband, this is the person, Busiso is that person, which shocks Monde. Monde is like, Haibo. So you guys are talking to me about MCing and DJing and all of that, and he's like, so you have embarrassed me, like, because I feel like, because obviously Monde knows this guy, then my friends must know who this guy is. So I'm sure Monde is feeling like, then that means everybody that is in our lives know what's going on with you and this guy. I was just the only one that didn't know, and I was acting like this guy is my friend. Like I was friendly to him because he is your friend, and something is going on. So he wasn't happy about that. And Monde is asking that question, but why would, out of all the things you could have done, why would you bring this guy to our house to have this conversation? And Utumi always sounds very inconsiderate of Monde's feelings. Very inconsiderate of Monde's feelings. Like, yeah, where else were we supposed to talk? On the streets. So I had to bring him here so that we can talk. Listen, I don't know, guys, whether it's a pressure of them doing the show that they have to do. If the storyline is real, I don't know whether Umonde is feeling the pressure, or Tum is feeling the pressure of having to rush Yonkind of taking the second husband, because I do feel like, yes, you wanna take a second husband, but it's a new idea to do to Umonde. So give him time. It's like you introduce the idea, you're pushing for Ilobola, you're pushing for whatever. Everything you just want it to happen now. I just would understand it better if she introduced the idea and chilled about it. You know, this is what I want to do, but take your time to understand it. We'll keep having conversations, but that's not what Tutum is doing. Also, her breaking the news at the doctor's room that the baby might not be Monde. It's like, it's skatla after skatla for Monde. Isigagxa after sigagxa. So Monde is asking, Skota, ngempela ngempela, you couldn't have done it any other way except to bring this guy to my house. So justification Utumi trying to convince Monde is saying, listen, we've been in a relationship with you for a long time. Akazungisola ukuthi ngiyajola, angikunxishi, there's nothing that you don't get la endlini. Ngibuya ngesikhathi, angibuyi ngikhathele, akushodi lutho. So basically nothing is gonna change. It's still going to be like that between the two of us. So it won't make a difference. Then I just feel like, then you should have just cheated. You should have just continued to cheat, you know, instead of bothering Umonde with this thing. Shame. I have to say, guys, Umonde really looks heartbroken. But at the same time, I don't understand why he would sit there and just take it, you know, unless honestly it's because of Umoti that Gogo Skhotheni has used on him. Because a lot of the guys will be out of there already, whether you love this person or not. If someone is coming with that, you know, nonsense, you would have left already. But he's not leaving. And he doesn't show that he has any intentions of leaving. He is in this relationship for a long haul, and and he's heartbroken, but he's not going anywhere. That is what I get from him. Okay, and Umonde, in his diary session, he does say what he feels like ubeyislima all along. Kahle he's feeling like now Utumi with Usbusisi have never broken up. You know, akaze baze bahlukana. Kushuthi this whole time bebevele nje bethandana. And because uma ngabe uthi yena into I understand is that Utumi, it's not like when she was growing up she had amadlozi, you know, everything was normal. Like Gogo Skhotheni said, she was a born again Christian, she used to pray and all of that. So into amadlozi too, Gogo Skhotheni, it's a new thing. So he's saying, how can now Gogo Skhotheni now esanda kungena Gogo Skhotheni, how can now all of a sudden want the old boyfriend? Why wouldn't he want, you know, a new fresh one? You know, we want an old. He just feels like that is not what it is. But Benza excuse about Chidlozi. It's just that she just wants to continue with the relationship with her husband, with her ex-boyfriend. And Utumi and I saying she has no intentions of breaking up with Monde. In fact, she said in the sit down with Monde, no yeah, she feels like if Monde doesn't agree, she said to them, if you guys don't agree, then it means I'll go fighting in Fagumoti straight, because then, you know, what else am I gonna do? And the guys were still sitting there, and you know, like it's normal. She said that go to the Nuzobafagumoti if Guguti above home. When they were sitting with couch, the one couch had Utumi, which is Gogo Skhotheni, kanye na Usibusiso, and then the other couch had just Umonde. So Umonde was basically sitting on his own, which I felt like it felt like Gogo Skhotheni is on Usibusiso's side. The way, even though I don't think the question was about the sitting arrangements, but they did ask her about why it looks like, it sounded like they asked her, so why does it look like she is more supportive of Usibusiso than Umonde? She says, yeah, in her opinion, Umonde is stronger emotionally than Usibusiso. She feels like Usibusiso is the one that needs more support. Honestly, you guys, if it's Tata into Ngoma away from this whole thing, I do feel like Usibusiso was and is Gogo Skhotheni's first love, probably, and high school sweetheart. I think that's the person that she's in love with. I think Umonde is the person that loves her. I think ukuthi Monde loves her more than she loves him, but she doesn't want to let go of him because it's not easy to find a man that loves like Umonde does, because it's like he thinks Gogo Skhotheni is everything to him. So she doesn't want to let go of that, but the person that I feel like she's in love with is Usibusiso. Even interaction yakhe with Usibusiso is very much different than Umonde. So I do feel like Umonde is a relationship of convenience, whereas ulokhuzana Usibusiso is probably the person that she has most fun with, that she connects more with, because it just feels to me that that's the person that she is in love with. So, and then the next thing, really honestly, there wasn't really a conclusion, as in Umonde agreeing to Isthembu. He was just, I think he was more shocked than anything. Usibusiso now is talking about he's not going anywhere. Bazoqhubeka no Gogo Skhotheni. But more than that, he says ingane. He says ingane eyakhe. So Usibusiso uthi yena, according to his count, the baby is his. No more than I is like, there is no way, that baby is mine, and I know it's a boy and it's my son. I think out of everything that is happening, guys, I think that is going to be the most heartbreaking thing when they actually find out ukuthi ingane yakabani. And I'm just thinking, uzobiza siphi isibongo lengane? Izobiza isibongo sikaMonde, or izobiza isibongo salo husband omusha, or izobiza isibongo sakaTumi? Baze bayilethe ingane in some confusion. Anyway, guys, so then the next scene, it was Gogo Skhotheni taking Usibusiso out. You guys, it's interesting to watch this dynamic, because with Utumi no Monde, Utumi is the one that's always doing things, and no, Monde is always the one that's doing things for Utumi. But with Utumi, with Usibusiso, it looks like Utumi is the one that's always doing ilokhuzana izinto for Usibusiso. It's interesting to watch. So she's taking him out, bayodla and all that, and then they talk about Usibusiso sounds like he knew about Monde, but he was waiting for Utuma introduce the whole thing to Monde, and he says that he's not there to destroy umuzi uzokwakha, like they always say nakuthanda nesithembu. Number two, they always say bazokwakha hamba kwakho umuzi. Hamba kwakho umuzi, yabona umuntu ofuna ukubeka iblocks phezu kweblocks lakho. I know, guys. So then Utumi wants to confirm and Usibusiso doesn't have any other person, and Usibusiso confirms vela amukho omunye umuntu. Uthi yena uGogo Skhotheni akamfuna umuntu ophithizelayo, ufuna ukuba uye yedwa kumuntu. And also, like, when they're still sitting in the house and talking, Umonde wambuza ukuthi okay, uma ngabe mina ke ngingale fine kusumlethile Usibusiso, mina mangaletha umunye umuntu la endlini, what would you do wena? Mangaletha umuntu la endlini njoba nawe uletha umuntu, wena ungathini? And Gogo Skhotheni is like, no, that would never happen. Ngeke vele ngize ngeke ngize ngilokhuza, ngeke ngize ngimukele leyo nto leyo. Okay. And nalana uGogo Skhotheni, I guess she wants to make sure ukuthi ulokhuzana Usibusiso is not going to take a second wife. It's just going to be him, because she won't stand for that. And Usibusiso then ubuza ngomntwana, and that's why he said he thinks the baby is his. Umonde, when they were sitting at their house, when he did the diary session, he did say he thinks the baby is his. He thinks it's a boy and he thinks the baby is his. However, he did say that, if the baby is Usibusiso's, for him, that will be it. Like, that will be end of their relationship if they ever found out. So angazi noma ngiyambeliever in uMonde, because he really looks like he would take any kind of abuse in that relationship, and it looks like he's just not going anywhere. So, and then they start talking about them getting married in community of property. I'm not clear, you guys, if Monde Beno Gogo Skhotheni have signed when it comes to home affairs or anything. So I'm not clear conversation here, because Gogo Skhotheni is saying ukuthi uSibusiso seems to be interested kakhulu endabeni yokuthi are they going to be married in community of property, ukusayina kwama prenup and whatever, and uSibusiso is saying ukuthi if uTumi no Monde they are married in community of property, then it makes sense ukuthi naye no lona babe married in community of property, So I don't know ukuthi legally how that is going to work. If ikhona even into enjalo in our South African law nje ukuthi ikhona yini iya-recognizwa yini kona ukurecognizwa umshado where a wife is married to two men, and how that is treated in terms of umthetho, so ukuthi they're going to be married in community of property, do they need to have prenups, or they will just do it traditionally and leave it like that and have agreements away from home affairs angazi. Okay, so then they talk about Isibongo. Apparently uSibusiso is the only child at home from how it sounds, because he was asking the boys, okay, njoba ukuzoba uwe ozokhokha ilobolo, then what's going to happen with my surname? Am I going to use my surname? Am I going to use the surname kaMonde? Am I going to use the surname yakini? Uthi yena uthi uSkhotheni, he will use Isibongo sakubo kaSkhotheni. But he's like, but that will mean ukuthi ekhaya it's the end of my surname, because ngathi uyena kuphela umfana okhona kubo. And he does say even in the diary session that he is uncomfortable with that, with the fact that fanele ashintshe Isibongo. And I don't know, you guys, ukhona yini indoda engavuma lokho, but sobona ke we are seeing first times la kuGogo Skhotheni, so we might be seeing it for the first time where a guy actually does change his surname to a woman's surname in this arrangement here. When they were talking about the prenup and being married in community of property, or out of community of property, all of that conversation, it did make me raise my eyebrow a little bit to be like, is he here for money, guys? Because I don't know if Gogo Skhotheni is like unemali to the point where she's like a millionaire, but it looks like this whole thing yakhe yobungoma and everything is going well. So like nje the akha lapha Harry Smith and all that, it looks like unayo imali. I don't know how much, but it looks like unayo imali. So I could see a guy agreeing to this just because baboni imali. So it made me question it. Why is he focused so much on that? Are they gonna be married in community of property and or not? But those are the conversations that us black people don't really have when we get married, which we should. So maybe it's not such a bad thing that they're having that conversation. But it did make me feel a little bit like, is he here for money, and is he wanting to see if this whole marriage is going to be in his favor financially? It did feel a little bit like that. Like he's checking, like, is it going to be beneficial for me to get into this marriage, And then the baby was kicking or whatever. Obviously, the guy was excited with the baby is kicking. And honestly, I don't know if Tumi is playing us, guys, because she does have like last time she gave us an indication ukuthi ngathi akekho sure ukuthi ingane kaMonde noma kaSibusiso, but she said ukuthi people say ukuthi uma wengane always knows ukuthi ingane yakuphi, kodwa she feels like unayi confusion nyana encane when it comes to who the baby's father is when it comes to her baby. And then today, but then Maya no Sibusiso ngathi ufuna ukunika leyo indication ukuthi ingane really ekaSibusiso. So I'm like, angazi noma she's just playing us, she knows ukuthi ingane kabani, or she really is not sure and she's playing both of them. She just wants them to think maybe, but it's like she wants Sibusiso really to think the baby is yours, not uMonde. When at the beginning we thought it was Monde's baby. Yeah, but I figure I think it's a figure like vele I want ukuthi kugcine kuthiwe kabani. Okay, And then on the last scene, it was, I think she has finished building a Harry Smith. Remember, she said uzomova isigodla amathwasa akhe, everybody baye Harry Smith kuzoba ila izothwasisa khona abantu. And so it was the opening yegceke gate amathwasa ayagida and all of that. And she says even though la bebehlala khona ngathi kuselokishini, so like omakhelwane baseduze, she says ukuthi kunezinto azenza sometimes egcekeni lakhe where she wants to do certain rituals naked and all of that. And she says for the most part her neighbors were tolerant of that, but she just feels like it was, bekusondelene kakhulu. So in Harry Smith vele like it's like an open land laphayana. I can see how she would be able to walk around even with the snakes on her neck, my tanda, the Infene can just run around with her, you know what I mean? Whatever that she works with, she's gonna be free. She can walk around naked with her phone. So she says that she's excited about that, and obviously she's going to move Amatwasa Ake to that place. So she's very proud of that place, and indlu ayakhele amadlozi, and she's not done. She's still going to do more. And so bayagida, it's just fun for amathwasa akhe, kunamathwasa amasha. And she's giving them the rules, especially about indumbeleko yakhe. And what are the rules there? What they see there, they must not tell anyone, even if you get, touched by something. You're not supposed to scream, you're not supposed to tell anyone, you just keep it to yourself if corner or bonai. Okay, so yasho ukuthi kodwa ke that was not an official opening ngoba kusafanele ahlabe awubiki kahle umuzi officially. So for now it's okay, but she knows at the back of her mind ukuthi she has that skweletu sokuthi ahlabele amadlozi. Uyasho ukuthi vele amadlozi uhambe nawo, so ukhulumile nabo where they were, and then uhambe nawo, and it's anywhere everywhere she goes vele uhamba nawo amadlozi. And then ke waphahla kake sibebonga or whatever, babuka umuzi and all of that with amalokozana amathwasa akhe. Yeah. Okay guys, listen, I think it's an interesting show. Out of all the shows esesiwabukile kuMoja Love, Ezangoma and all of that, I think this is the most interesting one. I think the storyline that they have here going, it really is good. It's very entertaining, and it's good to see. And I think I'm surprised by how much I feel sorry for Monde, honestly, because when it comes to, when we must book Uthando Nesithembu, a lot of the times we're like, men don't know, how it feels like. So I thought I was gonna be cheering for Gogo Skhotheni. So yes, Banyise Gogo Skhotheni, because they always do this, the men. But guys, we are dabukisa Monde. And to think as well that what he's doing now is not free will, honestly, because if efakwe umuthi, what choice does he have? Fanele nje uzohleze landela ulona uGogo Skhotheni, because ushilo vele uzobafaka umuthi uthena nje bazoba naleyo nto ukuthi they can't survive without her, so uzobaqoqa vele. So nje a lot of the things that he's doing, I feel like it's not really free will, which is really like wow, and yeah, you guys. But that was the episode for today. Please like the video before you share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. And also do not forget to tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section. Thank you so much. Ngithanda kakhulu.